This is The Edge.
Apparently, Woody Allen auditions are notorious for being sometimes the shortest auditions ever. He said, well, when you go in, he'll either say, thank you for coming in if he thinks you're not right, but if he thinks you're right, he'll say, will you read for me? And I was like, oh, my God, I hope it's the latter. And I went in, and Woody goes, oh, thank you so much for coming in. Will you read for me? And I was like, yes. So he gave me the scene. It was actually the entire first scene in the movie where she's yelling about the black pearls and, saying they probably came for defective oysters. So I went outside. I read it. I instantly heard Allah's voice. I understood who she was. And I went in, and I think because I didn't have any time to work on it, I kept losing my place on the page. And I would just ad-lib and improvise until I found my place on the page because I don't like any, dead air. So I would be doing, one line that was on the page and a couple lines, just oh, yeah, whatever. What do you know? Okay, well, what the fact? Oh, they probably came for defective oysters. So I was just, basically talking. And I finished reading, and I was like, oh, my God, that was horrible. That was a disaster. And I said, would you like me to read again? And Woody said, no, I think we've seen all we need to see. And I was like, oh, my God, of course you go home like an actor, I blew it. But, Woody is amazing because at the time, now, of course, I think he has this bizarre fetish to get, the biggest actors in the world in his movies. So now he's got, Scarlett Johansson and Cate Blanchett, and he's really, anybody can be in his movies. But at the time he had, a little troupe of people, yeah. And he worked outside the studio system. He didn't have to worry about whose box office, who does the studio want me to cast. He really just saw who was best for the part. That was the only audition I did. I never came in again. I never did a screen test. The next I heard from him, I was offered the part.
Subscribe to The Edge with Mark Thompson on iTunes or on Stitcher.